with Dak for the first time?
It feels good. Fresh start is always, growing point. So it feels good right now just getting around the guys.
CD had mentioned that you guys have trained in the past together.
Yeah.
Now that your teammates have gotten to practice together, I know it's only been a couple of times, but what's that dynamic been like?
It's been great, honestly. Like he said, we trained before, and then just being here, learning the plays, just a good vibe.
What did you know of Dak before, and how do you what are your early impressions of him working with him?
Very smart. The quarterback, that's kind of one of the biggest things you need, and he's very smart.
When you found out about the trade, was CD one of the first people you reached out to?
He was actually one of the first people to reach out to me, besides Jerry and, the actual people. But, as far as players, he's one of the first players.
What was that conversation like with you two? Was it just...
Like I told him, just good vibes. He was super happy. Some of the guys on defense as well, whole team super happy.
How surprised were you about the trade and those kinds of things? 'Cause I know you...
Yeah, I wasn't, everything's kind of a business, even kind of like what you guys do is business. So I wasn't really too shocked or too excited. I was just ready to work. Yeah.
What was that first interaction with Jerry Jones like?
Like I said, super excited. It's like when you get a present on Christmas. He was just super happy.
Did they talk to you at all about roles and how you would fit in the offense?
No, not yet. Just working with the guys. We got rookies here too, so everybody's just been kind of grinding.
People have so much to say about you and the type of person you are. Come back to Pittsburgh. What is something that people don't know about you? What do you want people to know about you, or something that they don't know about you?
That I'm actually like a chill guy. It's like a big phase of a tornado that's not even true. I'm not a chill guy, and I just love to work.
Or you're a tornado on the field more so than...
I wouldn't say that. Kind of more disciplined.
Yeah.
How does it feel to know that about yourself and come to a place that seems to be embracing that, fans and the building that's allowing you this second act?
I'd probably say just staying humble. That's kind of what I always did. So even when the story was what the story was, I always just kept working, staying humble.
Does it feel rejuvenating to you, though, to have a clean slate, step into a new environment, you have a new first-year head coach?
Yeah, literally exactly what you said. It's super rejuvenating, new city, new state, you know what I mean? So it's super refreshing.
How about Dallas compared to Pittsburgh, just living in the city?
Both cities are great, I'll probably say, but Dallas is surely bigger. Yeah.
CD says he's learned a lot from watching you on tape.
Yeah.
What do you learn from watching CD?
Just intermediate stuff. He's a great, he got great feet. So stepping in certain places, he steps in place a lot, which means he can get to where he's going fast in a short space, and he's tall. A lot of people don't know he's kind of tall.
How long do you think it'll take you to get kind of caught up with being in a new offense, with a new team? How long do you think that'll take you?
I'm kind of learning plays right now. Every offensively kind of plays are universal all across the league. So just keep working. And then, like I said, we got a lot of rookie guys here too. So everybody's trying to, you see what I mean? It's a collective thing.
What stands out about Coach Schott right now?
Energy. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is a business, but with a guy like Coach Schott, he's gonna bring the energy every day, no matter. You see what I mean? No matter what the energy is, he's gonna bring it.
Shadi had mentioned that you stood out to him in terms of in the wide receiver room and getting ready. What's your process in terms of trying to get up to speed as you try to navigate this process?
I want to do it fast, but I only learn as far as I go. But like I said, Shadi's been bringing the energy. He comes in the receiver room, boosts all the receivers up. Like I said, for me, it's just super refreshing. Yeah.
What is something that you learned with your time in Pittsburgh that you're going to bring here to Dallas?
Kind of like hard work. You know what I mean? Just a way of just keep going. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel like I bring from Pittsburgh to the Cowboys. You know what I mean? Just hard work, super hard work. Never get too high, never get too low.
Number 13, story behind it?
No, nothing's really finalized right now. It's just everybody's. It's a whole bunch of numbers. My guy Trey Sean, he got number 7. And then Trey's that number. You see what I mean? So everybody's working right now.
Shadi said he beat you in a free throw contest.
Yeah.
You beat him a couple times. When did this contest take place?
The first day I came up here, we did a little shooting and I beat him. Then the next day, he literally brought me up here only to shoot basketball, and then he beat me. So.
Have y'all done a dinner yet?
Yeah, we have at the Cowboys Club.
What did stand out about that dinner, just you and Shadi?
Just everything. The culture too. That's the thing. It's super refreshing with a different culture. So Texas brings a whole different culture. I like it.
How much of a fresh start did you felt like you needed?
I didn't. You know what I mean? Everything is, as far as city-wise, every city's different. But as far as organizational-wise, teams, like I said, the players are kind of universal. Just a refreshing as far as teammates, I'll probably say, because there's a new group of guys, a new group of coaching. You know what I mean?
What are you looking forward to experiencing in Dallas outside of the football scene?
just the people. You know what I mean? That's one thing. Like that's why I say in Pittsburgh, they got a different type. That's why I say everything's different. So it's different type of people. And I'll say Dallas, I definitely want to meet the people.
Did you get a hat and boots yet? I know Booker did.
Nah, I was supposed to get a hat the first day I met Jerry, but we're working on that. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
For sure.
Thank you.
And how much can you do?
Pretty much can do it all. Feel good. Yeah, I think I'm just not cleared for contact, which we've got a while for that anyway. So, yeah, I'm out there in the team activities, feel good. Just trying to obviously stay that way. Yeah, feeling great.
You're a big relationship guy. How do you embrace what Shotty's been trying to do around here?
Yeah, he's doing a hell of a job. He's doing a hell of a job. Great job in building the culture. I mean, look at him right there, seeing and dapping off guys, and that's him. You're going to see him around weight room, the field, the locker room, preaching about competing every day. But not only that, we're doing them in team meetings, competing at practice, and that's the part about today's practice, right? Is that fine line of competing, but doing it smart and being disciplined about it. And he's just doing a hell of a job building the culture, and in a sense, starting over and understanding that, yeah, we do have to do it from the ground up, and it's been fun.
How would you describe this Cowboys culture and what it's going to become?
It's getting created. Yeah, I don't want to say that what it's going to become. It's something that's got to define itself and get created amongst all of us, coming together, believing in it, believing in one another, and understanding that this culture is going to be the reason that we win.
Dad, what does it do for this offense when you have another weapon like George?
Huge. Yeah, very huge. I mean, then look at that guy's tape. You see what he does, the kind of receiver that he is. He's going to win the one-on-ones. He can win 2 versus 1 if he has to. Very, very talented guy. And when you can add him alongside of CD and the rest of the weapons that we have, I'm super excited.
How did you find out about the trade, and what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, pretty funny, I guess. I was actually away from my phone for a couple hours and go back to like 6 missed calls from Jerry's assistant. So had no idea, literally no idea what it could have been about. And actually a voicemail from Jerry. Hey, I got some good news I want to share with you. So I called him back, and he was excited. And he was just telling me that it happened, that it'd be released either later that night or in the next morning. And yeah, just a lot of excitement from the both of us.
Can you do that Jerry voice again?
No.
How big is energy? It seems like you guys are getting energy starting at the top with Schottenheimer, because a lot of fans, I think they kind of roll their eyes and are like, you know, they're trying to change the culture. But what are you feeling in the building?
Energy, 100%, a lot of it. As you said, and starting from Shotty and down to the coaches. I mean, did a hell of a job of calling out the coaches in that instance yesterday and making sure that they're accountable to that, and just to hear their response, and not only their response, the way that they approach practice and the way that they administered some energy and brought it themselves and made sure their players in each position group had it, that collectively you felt it out there in the practice yesterday and obviously today as well.
Yeah, I guess the quarterback, how do you kind of balance CD and George both wanting the ball and balancing distribution of passes and things like that as it gets going?
Yeah, I mean, I think having a conversation with them up front, maybe hey, there are going to be some games and maybe one or the other, it's tough, right? And that's the beauty of having you two guys, is I don't know if it'll ever be tough for both of you. But in that instance, those are two unselfish guys, and truly they want to win. And when you're not winning and you're not getting the ball, trust me, I understand the frustration. So I'm never going to be mad at them for frustrating about wanting to win and wanting the ball. So it's the communication, it's the relationship that we're building and we'll continue to build, whether it's amongst me and GP or CD.
We've talked about this in the past.
Where you were, like in a normal off season, healthy, all that.
Am I behind? No.
How did you catch up?
Left the season early. I was hurt. Like, excuse me. Like, my off season started way earlier, so that's sorry. Yeah, sorry for the language, but yeah, my off season started way earlier, so that's really essentially why I'm ahead. On top of working with Brett, working with this training staff, and Luke.
Have you leaned out?
We didn't think you'd do everything. But you're doing everything. Like they said, you'd be limited and stuff, right? I mean, it's been...
People say a lot of things about me, man. I just show up and control what I can control, and healthy, trying to stay healthy. Feels good, and yeah, just trying to push the energy and make sure I continue to get better.
Not to be a devil's advocate.
Really?
You've been around here a long time. You guys have had good culture, good brotherhood. Jason Garrett talked about the right kind of guy and having captains. So this talk of chemistry and culture has been around here. You guys have said you've had good culture and you've had good brotherhood. Why would it be different this year? Why you said that's going to help us win? Why would it be different this year than in past years?
Yeah, I mean, I think the approach of how we're building it. I think a lot of times, may in the past, I've said it, and I've maybe just been talking, and not just talking, or naive in a sense of talking about how great just the offenses was, right? And not necessarily the team, and not necessarily offense connecting with defense, connecting with special teams. So I believe that Shotty's doing it the right way from the top down of take the offense and defense away from it, take the positions away from it, take the coach and player aspect away from it, and let's connect. And you're talking to one of the most optimistic people I think you'll find. I've seen it the way that it's going. I see the way that people are buying into it, and it's hard for me to think anything different.
We've talked about this before. Sometimes when coaching the younger generation requires a different approach too. And I feel like Shotty, and I'm just curious your thought, it feels like it's almost like a college coach energy that he's bringing to the NFL. Is there something to that with the way he's coaching some of these younger guys?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, it's been 10, I guess, now since I've been from college. So I do understand that you've got to get the best out of your guys. Old, young, whatever, that's the coach's job, is to get the best out of their guys. And so some guys, you have to relate to them different if you want to see their best, or talk about things away from football, their family, if you want to get the best out of them. And yeah, sure, we've got some young college coaches in this year, but I think if more than anything, it's about being hungry. And I think it's easy to see that in youth at times, and maybe that's what you're asking and you're feeling, but I would say more than anything, it's about being hungry and wanting to do everything the right way, and particularly the hard the right way.
The music at the practice is a little different too. Obviously, was there any kind of a fight to try to see who's going to control the music and who is controlling the music?
That's a shoddy question. Don't pay attention to it. Don't care. I love the vibe when it's on, but it's just like crowd noise. You hear it when you want to, and you cut it off when you don't.
When did you realize you're the longest?
Nutrition or leaned out at all?
No, I mean, I just think my fiance keeping me away from the sweets. I ask for ice cream. She brings me protein yogurt. So I just think stuff like that, honestly, has helped. The rehab, running as much as I've been doing for the hamstring, but nothing major.
Jack, when did it hit you that you're the longest tenured player?
During this offseason, I guess before the D-Law signed with Seattle, I knew if he did that, if Zach retired, that would leave me in that position. And yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's amazing how fast it happens. Yeah, and not taking anything for granted.
And you mentioned how fast it goes. Like, did you find yourself this offseason going back thinking about 16 and the playoffs and every year that you've made it and things like that? Have you reflected because of that at all?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's reflection here and there, especially, I mean, yeah, when you're injured. At the time that I was injured, as long as I was injured, different games. Love you too, Sammy, and Big Nate. There was time for that reflection. And yeah, it just makes you that more humble, that much more hungry, and blessed to be here, blessed to be doing what I'm doing, walking through these doors every day, playing the game that I love.
He called you the old guy in the room.
Fair, yeah. Okay. I'm the uncle. The guys in there say that.
Yeah.
I'll be on.
This time last year, CD wasn't around because of a contract holdout. How different is it being able to have him from day one in the OTA?
Yeah, that's huge. That's something that hard to even compare the two because they're so different. Just having them here in OTAs, being able to work with him, getting that extra work in, and understanding, that he's going to be here. I think that's huge. And then you bring in a guy like GP. We're getting ready for game one now with the guys here.
Zach, what's your any position?
I mean, I don't know if that's fair in 2 days of being on the field. I know I can go with the easy one, our first-round pick, Tyler Booker, and obviously it's probably who I've spent the most time with, getting in the huddle with him starting the huddle off with the ones, and whether it's the responsibilities that he has to bring to the huddle or whether it's his communications on the line, he's doing a hell of a job, and you can tell this guy is a football player. A guy has a lot of pride, standard in what he does, and excited for him just to continue.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Energy. I mean, it's early. Everybody is excited to be back. It's good to be back with the guys, figuring out our identity for the season and going in full head of steam.
Seeing Dak walking off the field, he was excited about throws and talking about. I don't know if I've heard him say that. Maybe I just haven't been privy to it. But I mean, it's practice.
Yeah, it is. And this is kind of where you win everything. This is where everything starts. And obviously the 2025 season starts now. So for us, taking every opportunity, every rep, being grateful to being out there again with the guys as a unit, healthy, and back to just enjoying ball again.
CD, what most excites you about Pickens?
Everything. His demeanor, everything that he brings to the table, deep threat ability, able to block, and the energy he just brings to the game.
How long did it take you to get normal again with your shoulder?
Man. The longest, I want to say a good 5 months of real recovery and rehab. I don't know. I'm grateful to have 2 arms, I can tell you that. So.
Can you talk about your relationship with George? Clearly, you guys knew each other before the draft. Before the trade, and how you guys can work off each other.
Man, we complement each other very well. Obviously, he's a tall figure. Obviously, his ability to go up and get the ball at the highest point is amazing. I don't think anybody in the league that can really. He's up there with the guys in the league. You know, as far as 50-50 balls, deep threat, anything as far as running routes, it's pretty good. It's good to see.
You again knew him beforehand. Y'all worked out together in the past. Can you just talk about that, the bonding you guys have had together, and how that will be easier with him on the team now?
Right, absolutely. We started off when I want to say it was his combine prep and everything, and we was out in Atlanta just getting right, grinding. We were students of the game, still is, but like. I was giving him the little things that I learned as far as my first year in the league, and just passed him what I could while I could. And it's crazy how things come full circle. Having him on the team now is, we're catching up on everything that we left off.
Sorry. Is it different from when you were here with Amari because of where you guys are and you're
not really.
You're a rookie learning then, and Amari's.
Nah, not at all. Because when I was a rookie, I was still a student of the game, and I was excited to learn and anxious to learn and. Staying in my books and asking questions, which is what he's doing. And I feel like, again, seeing how you fast forward 3, 4, how many? 5 years? Oh my goodness. Wow. You fast forward 5 years later and here I am, like the roles are reversed. Still grateful. Again, I can't appreciate Coop enough for the knowledge that he's given me. And he's impacted my career for the long haul.
So you're the OG now in the room.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy.
You embrace that?
Yeah, bro. I think about it every day. Year 6 is kind of crazy saying it out loud, especially starting when there was COVID and no fans. So
how hard are narratives to shake in this league? Once the league gets a narrative on a player, and how cognizant of that and protective are you of Pickens because of that, wanting him to have a second chance?
I already knew what it was. Got the warning. I knew who he was as a player. Obviously, just watching him in the Steelers and how passionate he is about the game, I think they kind of get it confused. Once you're so passionate about something, you're willing to do anything for it, right? So as far as winning goes, and just being happy in an organization, not saying that he wasn't, not saying that he was, but you never know. He hasn't stopped smiling since he got here, so I'll start with that.
Schottenheimer stressed a lot about culture. Is there anything heading into the season that you want to do differently, just in terms of how you lead or anything like that?
Be a better leader and be out there with my guys. I feel like just being available for my team and being out there playing, making plays, that's the best thing I can do for myself and for the team. So taking care of myself and giving them all I got.
What do you think you can learn from a player like George Pickens?
Man, his energy, everything that he brings to the game. His ability, his strength towards the catch point, and beating guys off press. The list could go on and on, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching him every rep that he is in. If I'm not, and on film, when I get done, if I am in, I'm going to go watch it after that. So just studying the game. I'm a student of the game. I love it. I enjoy it. And watching those guys, really everybody in the room for real, but GP in particular, he's a talent.
You mentioned things that you really respect about his game. How do you see you two being similar to one another?
We can complement each other. If he's tired, I can guarantee you I'm not. So just being his backbone and being here for him and letting him know that he got some help on the other side for sure. That's a dog and that's willing to win, and I'm going to do everything in my power to do that. As we all know, the show don't stop for sure.
Have you decided on a new celebration for you?
Yeah, but I'm not showing y'all. Y'all gotta wait. I don't know if it's gonna get fined, so I gotta be careful with it. It's crazy.
Fans kind of roll their eyes when we talk about culture change around here. Yeah. But when Schottenheimer talks about the importance of going to team dinners and scheduling that. Does that resonate with you guys? It almost feels a little bit like a college culture feel to it.
Absolutely. I feel like in college, everybody was in love with the game, you know what I'm saying? And not really just here for work. Granted, that's what we're here for, but like just being, again, a student of the game, loving what you do, perfecting your craft every day, and being present, being where your feet are. And I mean, hey, I'm happy we're not doing too much talking on the internet. So let's just get the work done, and we'll
You guys are
we'll show the world during the season.
How do you embrace the fact that Shotty wants to have dinners with you guys, and obviously ping pong and putting and those kinds of things?
Just relationships go a long way. Building trust within each other and having that open conversation, open dialogue about anything. So when things go on during the season, I mean, it's pretty easy. We've already built that bond. You know, in the off season, we've had plenty talks. So like if he asks a question like, "What do I see?" or he asks how they guard in GP, or like things that they can't see that I can see, I'm open and telling them. So that's a great start.
This time last year, you were in a contract holdout and missed OTAs. And early in the season, you said that kind of affected some of the timing stuff. I mean, people downplay the importance of all this. How different is this for you being able to be here right away this year?
The last time I had OTAs in training camp was 2023.
Thanks, CD. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.